If you are not role-playing in your place of work right now, you are missing some serious opportunities to perform bigger, better, stronger.
Now, I'm going to guess you're not talking about some kinky bedroom game between husband and wives here.
I'm not talking kinky sex columns, but I am Rebecca Plant, and this dude,
Edward Plant.
We're married. We also run Lead a Better Business, and we work with couples just like us and just like you to double your income, double your time off, grow your capacity, and make a whole bigger impact in this world. But this particular topic today came to me the other day when we were dealing with a number of clients who were struggling in their ability to communicate, ability to have their boardroom finish their boardroom. Not into their bedroom as well. So we're going to talk today about of what we like to call role playing, or really, which is roles and responsibilities.
And you've got 5 key things that need to be sorted out to get the roles of husband and wife teams or partner teams right in the business.
I'm going to talk about 5 things and how we can, 5 things you need to do in order to set up the roles and responsibilities really effectively. The way I always like to start this conversation, though, is that I haven't been a netball. I've played for all of my life netball. And we like to wear these things called bibs. And we're really kind people. We don't like to step on anyone's toes. We like to know exactly what everyone is doing at any given time. So the reason we wear these bibs is really beneficial and can roll onto your business. So the first reason is that we know who has to do what and when they have to do it. So I know that a centre court has to lead the ball and send it down the court, etc., right? Make sense?
And they've got lines in the ground where to do that.
Yeah, so the second was that they've got boundaries. So they've got lines. They know where they need to go and where they have to work to and when they hand the ball over. And the third is that doing this allows you to have set plays as well, or if we look at it from a business sense, it allows you to have processes. So this person does job A up until this point, then they hand it on to person who does job B, etc., etc. So if we look at it like your business being the game of netball, or your team wearing bibs, and you guys specifically wearing bibs, then this becomes a really easy conversation.
So let's get into the 5 then. The 5 keys. Cool.
So the first thing you need to do to set up to make sure that your roles and responsibilities are set up so that you actually want to make them happen and it makes them easy. Can you remember what the first one is?
First one's around genius and making sure that you and your partner are doing those things that they're absolutely awesome at. So all that other stuff that you're good or average or awful at, stop doing.
Yeah, and also that both of you have something in the elements of your job role that you love doing. So you're going to have to do things that you don't always like doing, but there's elements of things that you need to love doing. So that's number 1. Make sure that whatever you've got doing is that you love doing it. Number 2
is around what I call handover.
Handover.
And so it's that process that you talked about on the netball court, the set plays, and making sure that as a team you know when you're handing over a responsibility job and when it needs to be finished by, so that the other person can step into.
Yeah, totally.
And it ties in with a couple of the other ones later on, I think.
Yeah, so number 3 is an org chart or a chain of command. And we use chain of command because of Eddie's military background, but you can just make it as an organisational chart or something that actually shows to your organisation, just outside of you two, what everyone's doing. So it's very, very clear that your partners in this strategic direction, but also that people don't just come to you and give you a message thinking it's going to automatically get passed on to your partner or the other person in your business. So you want an organisational or a chain of command that flows on through to everything.
And empowers both of you as the leaders of your organisation.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the 4th one, which I think ties with number 2, is meddle all the time.
Yeah, don't meddle all the time.
It's don't meddle.
Yeah, don't meddle. I don't think we need to talk too much on that.
So if one person's doing something, don't meddle. Let them do it their way. Support them, but don't meddle.
Yeah. And number 5 is respect each other and respect the roles that you have within that organisation. And no one wants to hear feedback on how they can do things better in the form of criticism. So if you have feedback on how you think a project could be done differently or a task approached in a different way to get a different outcome, then approach your respective other, your husband, your wife, your partner, with the same respect that you would an outsider. So someone that you're paying, that comes in, that you employ, rather than that sort of emotional language that can get tied up and can make it quite yucky
Yeah.
conversations.
So respect, sister.
R-E-S-P. I've got to stop singing in our blogs.
Respect. And so they're the 5. Really important. And I suppose if you want to take the next step with those, we run a training called the Scaling Machine, which helps husband and wife teams and partners in business scale their business to double it, triple it, and work less in their business. So it's a great training, and check out below when the next one is that you could come along to.
Yeah. So really keen to hear how you've gone with role playing. Tend to see you on the webinar, on the training, and that's all we've got for now. I don't want to overload you.
Edward and Rebecca Plant signing off for Lead a Better Business.
See you.
Bye.